Today, we're going to dive into the core ideas from Andrew Aziz's fantastic book, How to Day Trade for a Living. Now, this is a deep dive, for sure, into what it really takes to make it in the markets. And as we're about to see, the most important tool you have isn't some fancy chart or algorithm. It's what's going on right between your ears. It's all about your mindset.
So, let's be honest. For a lot of people, day trading sounds like the absolute dream, right? You get to be your own boss, you work from wherever you want, maybe just for a couple of hours a day. It's often sold as this ultimate lifestyle, a super fast track to financial freedom. But is it really that simple?
Well, the book immediately hits us with a cold, hard dose of reality. A staggering 90%, that's 9 out of 10 of people who start day trading, they fail. And they don't just, decide it's not for them. They lose their money. So that begs the real question. What in the world are the other 10% doing that's so different?
To answer that, the author, Andrew Aziz, tells this incredible story about how seductive the market can be. He just jumped into a hot stock, ticker AQXP, and literally within minutes, his first ever trade made him over $6,000. I mean, can you even imagine that feeling? He thought, that's it. I've cracked the code. This is easy money.
But you probably know how this story goes, right? That amazing feeling did not last. Just a few weeks later, that entire $6,000 was gone. Poof, wiped out on other trades. He admits it himself. It was pure dumb luck. He had no strategy, no plan, no real idea what he was doing. And it's just the perfect example of how the market will punish anyone who mistakes luck for actual skill.
So, okay, how do you avoid that exact fate? Well, it all starts with this first massive takeaway. You absolutely have to treat trading as a serious business. This quote from the book is really the foundation for everything else. This isn't a hobby, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it is definitely not the casino. It's a profession, and it demands the same respect and the same preparation as any other serious career. This slide just lays out the difference perfectly. On one side, you've got the gambler. They're impulsive, emotional, they're in it for the thrill. And on the other side, you've got the professional. They're disciplined, laser-focused on managing risk, and they are executing a predefined plan. Sooner or later, you have to decide which one of those people you're going to be. And this right here, this really puts it all into perspective. A successful day trader can earn a 6-figure income, just like a doctor or a lawyer. But think about it. Those professionals spend years and years in school, in training, and practice to get to that level. Why would anyone on earth expect a job with the exact same financial potential to require any less work?
Okay, this leads us right into the second key idea. And this one might actually surprise you. For a professional trader, your main job, your number one priority, isn't picking winning stocks. It's not even about making profits. Your only real job is to manage your risk.
I absolutely love this analogy from the book. Just think about that. Your trading capital is your oxygen. If you run out, you're out of the game. It's over. It's not just some number on a screen. It's your professional life support system, and you have to protect it obsessively. So, how do you protect it? With a hard and fast rule. This number right here is your lifeline, 2%. The absolute maximum you should ever risk on a single trade is 2% of your total account. That's it. No exceptions, period.
The book breaks this down into a super simple 3-step formula. First, you figure out your max dollar risk. That's your 2%. Step 2, you figure out your risk per share based on where you set your stop loss. That's the price where you automatically get out to cut your losses. And finally, you just divide that first number by the second, and boom, that tells you exactly how many shares you're allowed to trade. It takes all the emotional guesswork right out of the equation.
All right, so once you've mastered defense, and only once you've mastered defense, you can finally go on offense. And this brings us to our third topic, hunting for the right stocks, which the book calls alpha predators.
So what in the world is an alpha predator? Well, think of it as a stock that's moving for its own unique reason. It's not just drifting up and down with the S&P 500. Some specific news event, a catalyst, is causing a huge surge in trading volume, making it move independently. And here's the key. These are the stocks where a nimble retail trader can actually have an edge. So what kind of news are we talking about? Well, it's significant stuff.
Things like a shocking earnings report, a huge FDA announcement for a biotech company, or a major merger getting announced. This is the kind of news that creates the volatility, the big price swings that day traders live for.
This is just a brilliant way to think about it. As a retail trader, you are not trying to fight the entire army of big Wall Street institutions and their algorithms head-on. No way. You're like a guerrilla soldier. You're waiting patiently for that perfect opportunity. You strike fast, you take your profit, and then you disappear before the big guys even knew you were there. Which brings us to our final and maybe the most difficult piece of the whole puzzle. You can have the best strategies, the best risk management on the planet, but none of it means anything without the discipline of a winner. The author is so clear on this point. His own trading career only really turned around when he had this huge realization: the battle wasn't against the market, it was against himself. Mastering trading is really all about mastering your own impulses, your own fear, and your own greed. So how do you actually stay in control? By constantly checking in with yourself. Before you even think about placing a trade, ask yourself these questions. Are you focused? Are you calm? Are you actually following your written down plan? Or are you letting fear or greed take the wheel? This kind of self-awareness is your most powerful weapon. And in the end, that's the real question, isn't it? It's one thing to sit here and understand the theory of professional trading, the risk management, the strategies, the discipline. It's a completely different thing to actually execute that plan flawlessly when your own money is on the line and the market is screaming in your face. That is the true test of a trader.